Welcome. This is the Between Brothers podcast, where we give you real talk, authentic takes, and laughs on sports, pop culture, and life. I'm your host, the Duke of Debonairness, Lando in the building, along with the Jaguar King, straight from South America. Zero, the Chancellor, the Chancellor of Charisma. Zero in the building, man. How's it going, Zero?
It's going good. Watch my team dominate. Dominate. Yo, they kept talking. It was like, what was it? The arena. They were like, everybody picked the Broncos to win. What's the name? Skip was talking about it's gonna be a blowout. Oh, it was.
Had the wrong team in mind.
Wrong team. It's like, yo, Parker Washington at 145 at a tutty. Yes, he went 6 for 145 and a touchdown. Yo, I'm watching that game when they scored and tied it up at 7-all. I was like, he, I was thinking to myself, here we go, because the Jaguars couldn't get themselves together. I was like, nah. They said, nah, F all that.
Trevor Lawrence, from what he was doing in the first, let's say, 6 weeks, compared to the last 6 weeks, he's definitely settled into this offense, man. I'm happy for y'all. I'm
Yeah.
happy for the Jaguars, man. And surprisingly, the offensive line's been playing pretty decent. Because I think when I did the evaluations for them earlier this year, I think uh I think that was like the worst unit on your team. So so yeah, no, that's congratulations to y'all, man.
Yeah. And to think they did it against an elite defense.
Yeah,
Those
that's
big
what I'm saying.
plays.
Like,
And it's like there's no excuse. There was no somebody got hurt. Like
nope.
somebody got hurt in the beginning of the game, or a few starters weren't playing or anything. No, they were at full strength and we beat them.
I love it because it's Sean Payton. Because it happened to Sean Payton, I will always root against that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good win. Well, what else happened for you this week, or is that all?
Um well, yeah, besides first week of besides the first week the of the new employment, like nothing really. Oh, I did have a story on one of those days though, so it'll be real quick. I'll try to make it.
No, do your thing.
So I'm with the guy that's quote unquote training me. We go to this house. We go to this house. And the person says, there are dogs in the backyard, but they're really friendly. I don't do that, because they're friendly when the owners are around. But that doesn't mean that they're friendly with everybody that shows up.
Exactly.
But this was completely different, because dude, the guy I was with, goes to the back. Goes to the back, and it's three pit bulls. And they were the sweetest dogs you'll ever see. But there was one problem. Two of them escaped. so so I'm spraying. He's like, oh, look at the dogs, this, that, and the third. And then two of them run. He's like, Two of them run out. He's telling me to close the gate, and then he decides not to close the gate. So two of them run out. One of them, it stayed with me. It sat down. It's like it seems like it's the obedient one. Sat down, like I petted and everything. I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to. I'll be right back. I go put the stuff up. One of the dogs has walked all the way down the street, went across the street. Now the lady says everybody in the neighborhood knows the dogs. So if one of them either one of them get away, don't worry about it. Somebody will see them and somebody will bring them back. I said, not on my watch. We're not doing that. Because you can say that to me now, and then all of a sudden there's a bad review. And it's like, oh, they just let my dogs out and they just wandered around and let's just say
Mm-hmm.
something actually happened to the dogs, right? It's like, just because the people know them don't mean that they ain't gonna be somebody speeding down the street and kill one of your dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So one walked all the way across the street, and I was like, I saw my coworker. He's getting the black. It was a smaller black dog. I think that was the youngest one. He runs off, goes back into the house. I'm like, the other one. Supposedly, this one was stubborn. So I walked over, and the dog is just sniffing around. And I said, and I start trying to get his attention. He's ignoring me. And I was like, you know what? F it. I ain't dealing with this. I walk up, pick that damn dog up, and walked it back to the freaking house. Like literally holding it like this. Yeah, holding it up to my chest. And the dog, this wasn't one of those, it was starting to flail around and all that. No, this dog just got picked up. He just took it.
That's good. That's good. You took a big risk because that could have got your
Oh,
behind toe up.
yeah, and what's it called? It turned around and looked at me. I was like, nah, you don't need me looking at me. You need to be looking to where we're going. And and I walked back. I put the dog down. My coworker shook a bag of food, and the dog damn near jetted to the backyard. And I was like, he was like, yeah, you did good. You did good. And I was like, yeah, I know, because you were just gonna let that dog roam around the entire fucking neighborhood. It was like you should have just closed the gate behind you or not follow me into the back. It's like you're gonna occupy the dogs, occupy them, but don't run
Yeah.
the risk. Like don't run the risk of having any of them escape and then something like that could happen. But what? It was like, you know what? It was cool. It was like you said, I did take a risk because this is the first time the dog's seen me. But when the lady said that they're friendly and they wouldn't harm a fly, that's exactly how they went. So it was like, hey, it is like, if I take the risk, I take the risk, but I'd much rather take. It's like I was thinking I should take. Let me try to get this dog back over to the house because I ain't gonna trust what anybody say. Oh,
Mhm.
don't worry about it. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting pulled into the office.
Yeah.
We ain't doing that. But other than that, everything else has been all right.
That's
Oh, and it
good.
was Marshmallow's birthday Friday.
Oh shoot, I forgot. Happy
Yeah,
birthday, fam.
the freaking child all week was like, "Daddy, I want a Lamborghini. Daddy, Lamborghini. You know what? I want a Lamborghini." So I went to Walmart and bought a small toy Lamborghini. I was like, "You've been talking about this for like the last
Where did
3
that come
weeks."
from?
I have no clue. Like, there's no viewing of any lamp. Just out of nowhere, it's like I want to get me a Lamborghini. I got the Lamborghini, but the problem is it wasn't the right Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Marshmallow wanted a remote control Lamborghini.
Oh,
So yeah, I'll get one soon enough. No worries. It's like, actually, I need if yeah I'm gonna get everybody a remote control car because I already got a remote control Ford F-150. So
mm.
so it's like everybody can get one. Off roading. What? That's about it.
That's good stuff. Um, so, uh, by week, we went to town center. Were taking pictures because this is something the Duchess generally does every week or whatever. So, but I'm on vacation from my job for the next 9 days at this point, and so she was like, "Hey, this year you can take pictures with us." So the kids were hating on my pose game. I was like, "My poses is incredible." Um, yeah, and then they was hating. Then then
Because nobody says that. He said my pose game is incredible.
incredible pose game, incredible post game. And
And the power of the box versus the
the
power of the
power,
sock.
you know what I'm saying? The power of the box, man. And and so then this random lady pulled up on us and was like, "Hey, I'm a up and coming photographer. I'll take your pictures for free for you." And she did a pretty good job. So and she sent us the pictures and Duchess posted them or whatever. So yeah, that was all right. We went to church. Coco Puff was looking fly as ever. Everybody was complimenting her dress. Um, so we did that this morning. Went to breakfast. They undercooked the pancakes. I'm like, the kids' pancakes, both of them, undercooked them.
How?
How?
It's like,
Yeah. So and then we went to a Mexican spot for dinner, and then they pissed me off. I'm like, you know what? I think my next 100-day challenge, because currently I'm on a 100-day challenge. Never announced it, but it was no sodas for 100 days. So I haven't had a soda in 100 days. Well, in a week and a half, it'll be 100 days. But but I lost my train of thought. So with the then we went there and they were like, oh, they were like, oh, you have five. So like, yeah, because the the my children are with their mother in North Carolina. So I'm like, my children, we we they down there, so it was just the five of us. And so they were like, oh, well, we're really busy, so we don't have a table. No, they asked if we want to separate the tables. I was like, why would we do that? And they were like, oh, well, we really busy. We can't seat five people. So Dutch is like, I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's go to another spot. Dutch is like, oh no, like just and I'm like, so then they pull up, get nachos for an appetizer. They bring the nachos out. There's a Mexican spot. Bring the nachos out with everything else. They just brought everything at the same time. I'm like, I'm just getting more and more annoyed today, and I'm trying to be a better man, but I don't know why the devil likes testing me because I'm instantly upset. I'm like, we went to two restaurants today, and these are two restaurants we visit fairly frequently, and two very poor experiences today. I don't know what was going on. So, but outside of the restaurants, had a really good day. Um, had a really good day. Me and the Duchess was having a talk, a fairly productive talk, but yeah, man, we just doing big things out here, man. We just trying to do a real grande out here. And speaking about real grande, Anthony Joshua. First of all, um, the normal thing to say would be shout out to Jake Paul for going into the ring and taking that chance. That's what a lot of people in boxing are doing today. Lando ain't one of them. Here's why Lando ain't one of them. Now, I can't speak for Zero, but I am speaking for Zero.
What?
Here's why. Here's why. He is not going to get any credit because the both of us would get into the ring with Anthony Joshua for half the money, which is reported to be $92 million. You're not getting credit for getting into the ring to get busted up by somebody for $92 million. Martin didn't get paid when Tommy Hearns beat him up. Shout out to the Martin episode. Martin still stayed at that apartment for another 4 seasons. Okay? Okay, so y'all need to cut that out. He did that for free. He did that off of pride alone. Like, no, you ain't gonna talk, you ain't gonna be talking crazy to me like that, T. Mr. Hearns. And he got beat up. And I'm gonna shoot it over to Zero here in a second. I just want to break down the fight before. So, as far as the fight's concerned, the bell rings, and generally speaking, you would see two people square off in the middle of the ring, kind of do a little posing, a little pawing, and then as soon as like a punch gets thrown, if you're going up against like a boxer, like it's a guy who moves around the ring, going as soon as a punch gets thrown, it's gonna touch him probably on the gloves or something like that. He's gonna back up and then he's gonna start fighting on the back foot and looking for ways to counter. Jake Paul did no such thing. He instantly started circling the ring. I've never seen that in my whole life. And I've watched a lot of boxing. When I tell y'all, I'm not gonna act like I'm like boxing is one of my 3 favorite sports. But I'm not gonna act like I watch every event because some of them you have to pay for. Some of them I don't have the money to pay for it, or I don't think it's worth the money to pay for.
Mm.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm not about to whatever. So he instantly starts circling the ring. And I've watched thousands of fights. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I watched thousands of fights. Not thousands of events, but thousands of fights. And he instantly starts circling around the ring. Then he catches Joshua with a right hand. Joshua eats it. I'm like, oh, this is going to be, he in trouble. He in trouble. And, I don't think the right hand really landed that flush. But he catches Joshua, and then the crowd goes crazy. This and the other. Joshua still, you see AJ getting frustrated because he's running around the ring. About the second round or middle of the third round, so about 2.5 rounds in, I saw something strange. Second thing I've never seen somebody do in a boxing ring. He starts grabbing the ropes while he's trying to circle the ring. And I'm like, why is he doing that? And I was like, oh, he's tired. I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna. And so I don't know if I was telling you or one of my homeboys, because they were asking that we were talking about the fight when it first dropped. And I said, if Jake Paul engages, it's AJ in 2. If Jake Paul boxes, it's AJ in 4. If Jake Paul runs, it's AJ in 6.
Yeah, you didn't. There was somebody else. We didn't go into detail about the fight at all.
I just knew we just knew he was going to get decimated. So, what happened to his jaw? But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So so he starts gassing about 2.5 rounds in, maybe 3. I can't remember exactly what point the fight was. It wasn't a long fight. I probably should have did a better job prepping for this and watched the fight again before coming on this podcast. But he starts circling the ring, lands a couple shots. AJ lands a couple shots, nothing real flush. That's how it goes for the first 3.5 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Then at some point he like stumbles on his feet and he tries to act like he twisted his ankle. even though when you watch it, his ankle doesn't turn at all. So I'm like, maybe he was cramping then because he's already cooked.
Yeah.
He's already dehydrated. He's already jerky. So he already a dehydrated piece of meat. And so it's only a matter of time before he's cooked.
Yeah.
And so he starts. He's clearly gassing out. He's punching. He's arm punching. There's no form in his punches at all. With 3.5 rounds in, this is a guy who wanted us to believe that he was a real boxer. He's 3.5 rounds in. He's absolutely cooked. And then AJ starts touching him a little more, touching him a little more. He's hanging on the ropes, touching him a little more. Fifth round comes. The beat down commences. The sixth round comes around. And I had a little bit of money on a knockout, group rounds, 5-6. So I won a little bit of money. And actually, I think that's probably why I ended up betting NFL because I was feeling good about myself. So I had a little money. It wasn't a big bet or anything like that, but rounds 5-6. So I did 1-2 and 5-6. So I made two bets because I didn't think he was going to box him. I thought he was either going to try to go at him, try to back him up, try to bully the bully, or run. So because I didn't think not saying I didn't think he was going to box him. I didn't think he was capable of boxing.
Hmm.
So round 6 comes around, he catches an uppercut. Anthony Joshua's uppercut is one of the most devastating punches in boxing. And for some reason, he decides to start sticking his tongue out.
I think that's when he broke this side of his jaw. When he hit him with that uppercut.
No. It was so. I'm gonna get to the jaw break because I mentioned something to you on how guys usually get their jaw broken, and I didn't see it at first, but then I saw it when I watched the replays of it today, and he sticks his tongue out. He knows he's gassed. He knows he can't fight anymore. He knows he's cooked, but for some reason he's still trying to like do this showmanship or whatever. And then Anthony Joshua gets him in the corner, and there's that famous picture of him having a slight grin before he delivers the final blow, which he throws a jab at the chest and a cross over the top because Jake Paul's head is completely exposed and his jaw becomes broken. But for people who don't know, it's not just Anthony Joshua's a devastating puncher. So it's not just because he's a devastating puncher. Jaw is actually really hard to break. What breaks your jaw, and I've told you this not only with this, but with another incident where I told you where somebody had broke someone's jaw that you know, and I was like, their mouth was open. So when you look at the replay, how my mouth is right here is exactly how open Jake Paul's mouth was. And that's why it broke in two places.
Yeah, because leading up to that, I remember they were on one side of the ring. He threw this, like, he just threw this shitty ass punch and wound back. Like, yeah, he was like, yo, he's going to be done if he puts himself back in that corner. Because when he threw the punch, it's like, it's like he threw it and then wanted to loosen his shoulder too. He's like,
Bruh.
God damn it.
The last thing I want to say about the fight itself is throughout the fight, Jake Paul kept throwing himself on his knees, ready to give AJ's BJ's. He was ready to take him to the wholesale club. And that was another thing I found unusual. because the ref ended up saying like, "Yo, we ain't nobody paid to see this crap," and so which the ref was right. But generally speaking, you're going to get either a point deducted,
Mm.
or which I don't. Yeah, you either get a point deducted, or they're going to start counting you on an 8 count because it was just like every time he got in the clinch, he was dropped to his knees. And I'm like, but again, it was another indicator that he was completely gassed. And this is why what Jake Paul was doing when it came to calling himself a real boxer was disrespectful. But also, and even on when I was doing Lando sports discussions, why I say he puts on a great show because the fights leading up to that, the undercard was very good. And not only was the undercard very good, he knows how to sell a fight, but he's not a real fighter because a real fighter would have known how to handle that. And I think the AJ ploy was because there was too much money on the table from Netflix to just put anybody in there as far as against Jake Paul. So with the whole Tank Davis falling apart, which if Tank Davis was supposed to make $90 million and he let whatever if this domestic thing, because I've seen him be violent against women, where he like dragged one girl that he was dating out of an event or something like that physically, and I've also seen him get lied on about domestic violence. So I don't know what's true about that situation, but if it was true, or regardless, he fumbled the biggest bag he'll ever make.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't get that. But at the end of the day, shout to Anthony Joshua for putting an end to the yapper Jake Paul. Literally. Because he's done for the next. I think I saw an orthodontist say that he's not going to be able to do. He's pretty much probably going to get his jaw wired shut after the surgery, and they're going to replace his teeth in about 5 months' time. So
Yeah, he's
we,
gonna be out for 9.
so yeah, okay. So he's going to be out for a minimum 9 months. Commission wise, because of what happened to him, they'll keep him out. He can't box for a year. So now I hope continues to put on great shows, but I hope he understands that he's really just a celebrity boxer in this point. So
Yeah.
stop playing in this game. I mean, against anybody, because in all honesty, the same thing might happen when we take because Tank Davis is a devastating puncher too. So yeah, yeah. So your thoughts, Zero. What did you think about the fight? What did you think about the event? Um, yeah.
What's it called? I caught the Bumgardner fight. Yeah.
Before you get to any further, I'll just real quick. What do you think of how she looks?
What
Like
do
as
you
far
mean?
as her physical attractiveness.
What's it called? I don't think she's ugly. I think she's cute.
Okay, no, and I'm not saying I wasn't saying like because people were saying like she's the most like beautiful fighter in boxing. Um, and so I was just like, or in combat sports. So I was just, and she's a very beautiful woman. I just wanted to hear like what you thought about like because there are some haters in there in the comment section and stuff like that. But yeah, so I just wanted your take on that. Go ahead.
Well, if anybody thinks otherwise, like you said, it's like they probably saying that because their lady was sitting right there when they were typing it.
No, it was women. It was women mostly saying that she wasn't all that.
Yeah, and they're probably yeah, and they were and their husbands or boyfriends were probably making. making certain noises that they don't do for them anymore. It's damn. It's like you don't say that shit to me anymore. No, I do say damn. It's like damn. Why don't you? Like damn. Why don't I ever have something warm to eat? It's like yeah. It's like it's like damn. Wow. Damn. I just got home. It's like, damn, you still thinking about it? That's what it's like. Or say, the chicken's cold. I'm playing. I'm playing. Don't take it serious, people. But what I thought about the fight, the fact that the fact that dude just started shuffling all over the goddamn
Instantly too.
instantly. He's
Instantly.
like, you didn't even go to the middle of the. You didn't even meet in the middle of the ring. He came at you, and you were just over here, just every day I'm shuffling, like, just.
Bruh, running them damn shuttle drills.
I'm saying it was like, yo, he should play football or at least do a combine because that's exactly what he was doing. It's like the punches he was throwing. It was like the way those punches were being thrown. It was like he was closing his eyes and he was hoping that he hit something.
Bruh.
Because it was like he threw the punch and looked like he was ducking because it's like if I duck, then he can't punch me in my face, but counter punch me or anything. He's like all of the like at one point when you say he was dropping to his knees, it looked like one of those. I think it was like either the second or the third time. It seemed like he was trying to double leg take down the dude.
Bruh.
Like
He
what are
did
we
he did tackle him at one point and got a freaking
got knee
wrestling
to the
knee drop.
sternum?
Yeah. Yeah, he got that freaking
Yeah,
knee.
that dude needed 15 minutes and walk back and forth.
Bro, you remember that? You remember that joint? You remember that joint from Ong? I don't know if it was Ong Bak where he jumped in the air and he grabbed him.
And he grabbed his feet. He grabbed his feet for maximum angle. he needed maximum knee point. Like you could have just jumped up and did it regularly. He said, "Nah, grab the toes." he needed he's maximum kneecap attack.
Yeah,
He need
maximum
to feel
kneecap.
he need to feel all this meniscus.
Bruh.
you know, he need to feel all these ligaments. Yo, he just it's like Jake. I don't know what that dude was doing, but it was like, you know what? I know my fault. That's my fault. I know what he was doing. He was trying to get um AJ disqualified. Because if he keeps on because you see AJ started getting frustrated. I think he started doing that shit on purpose so AJ can do something for him to either get a
Well,
point
technically,
deducted
there
or
was one point where AJ was punching him while he was on his knees.
Mhm.
He could have gotten if he would have knocked him out, he would have got front or like in that position, he would have got disqualified.
Mhm.
And that's when they stopped. That's when the ref stopped and was like, nobody's paid to see this crap. So
Yeah,
good
I
on
was
the
like,
ref. Good on the ref.
yeah. Because that's what it felt like. It felt like he was trying to do everything that he could so that Joshua can get out of character and possibly get himself disqualified or get a point deduction for something he had no business doing. But like I said, I was so excited. When like I said, when he threw that punch and he looked like he threw that punch and he looked like he was trying to loosen his shoulder up and started backpedaling toward the corner. I said, "Fight over." It reminded me of even though it wasn't as brutal, I don't think. But when what's his name? When Errol Spence fought Chris Algieri and he had him up against the ropes.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
That's what it reminded me of.
I think that was the first fight we watched together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had Algeria up against the ropes, and then he hit him with that. He hit him with that right hook. He dropped his. That's what it felt
Mm.
like. Except when Jake. I wonder what Jake said after he got hit, because it looked like he said, "Whoa."
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, so that's what getting punched by a real boxer feels like. Because the Tommy Fury fight was trash.
Yeah. Yeah. I went back and watched that like a couple days before the fight, and I was like, this is pathetic. I'm like, Jake, to be honest, I'm like, Jake Paul had no, as much of a boxer I think Jake Paul isn't. I'm like, I can't believe he lost to that guy.
Yeah, but what's it called? It was entertaining. Because it's just so funny. It's just so hilarious to see how bad he did, how bad he didn't want to box.
Bruh.
Like he was in escape mode the entire time with that pop shot here, pop shot there. I think after 3 rounds, I think Joshua only threw 7 legitimate punches.
Yeah, it
I
was
think
crazy. It was like Jake Paul, and somebody was like, Jake Paul won the first 3 rounds. And I was like, I don't even know how you could score that way. I'm like, well, like the first round, maybe Jake Paul, because he was the only one who landed like a good shot. I'm like, outside of that, I can't even imagine why you would think Jake Paul won any round. I'm like, so yeah, man. I mean, it was entertaining to watch the destruction. But leading up to the destruction, the first 3 rounds, it was just like, what's going on here? Similar to like when Floyd fought Connor, which I had predicted everything that was going to happen. Because I remember, because, I was the only, I went to a friend's house, I was the only brother there. One white dude was really weird. When I say really weird, like he was really, they showed Conor McGregor doing a face off in MMA.
Mhm.
And I guess it was after a weigh in. And, everybody's just watching the thing. And this guy goes, I mean, Conor has a big D. Why did you say that? It's a family event. There's children here. Why would you say that? Why is that the thing that's on your mind?
We all know why.
And then he was like, man, I think Conor got a chance. I said, here's what's gonna happen. Conor's gonna fight. He's probably gonna win the first 3 rounds. And then it's over after that. Look, round one, Conor won. I think he caught Floyd with a counter uppercut in that round. Dude's like, you see that? You see that? Man, it's gonna be a long night for Floyd. Round two, Conor wins. And he's like, man, your boy ain't. And it was me and this European dude who picked Floyd. The only people in the house who picked Floyd. Probably a dozen people in the house. Round three, he's like, man, Conor's looking real good, man. You see, he's bouncy. He's this and the other. I looked at the dude. I said, he's gonna be quiet after this round. Round four, he looking. He like, he's not quiet, but he's not as loud as he was after the third
He's not
round.
as vocal.
He's not as vocal. round five, round five, you can hear a pin drop.
You just hear gloves hitting the face.
round 10, I said, oh, Connor's cooked. He's out of there. And then he got stopped. The dude looked at me and he like right after the fight was over, and he looks at me and I'm about to leave or whatever, and he was like, "Bro, how did you call it like that? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, no, like, I'm not really a boxing fan, but he was like, is it just because you watch boxing while you knew? He was like, you literally said every round how it was going to happen. And I was like, well, I didn't know it was going to be every round. I said, but there's certain things, cues you pick up on. I was like Floyd not punching for the first 3 rounds. Of course, Conor won those rounds. Floyd didn't punch. I was like, Floyd averages like 30 punches a round. He threw 30 punches in 3 rounds. And I was like, Conor was looking good. I was like, but Floyd's gonna figure him out. And the only thing Floyd did was just get into a basic boxing stance. And so he used no boxing skills to beat Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
And
because it's like you're not in the same realm.
yeah,
You're not used to doing
yeah,
it. You're used to you may throw a few punches. Like you're blocking punches with your face in MMA.
yeah,
It's like you can be standing up for 30 seconds in a 5 round championship fight. You can stand up for 30 seconds and then be on the ground wrestling for the rest of the round.
yeah. And then so I was just like, you just pick up on certain cues and things of that nature. I was like, but yeah, Floyd didn't use any boxing skills in that fight. He literally, at first he was just like doing stuff, I guess trying to figure Conor out. I was like, and then he was just like, oh, Conor doesn't know how to fight going backwards. So Floyd made him go backwards. And I was like, and that was it. All of a sudden, Conor's looking gassed. Conor's looking tired because he couldn't handle pressure from a smaller fighter who's much older than you. That's embarrassing. So in Anthony Joshua's case, there were certain things I was like, AJ, like cut the ring off. Like get him out of here. Cut the ring. He's clearly running. Okay, cut the ring off. But then I thought about Floyd. And
Mhm.
he doesn't need boxing skills to beat this guy. He would cut the ring off if he was a real fighter. But it's like, okay, you're going to do all this running. Let's see how long you can run. Let's see
It
how
wasn't
long you
very
can run.
long.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, nah, like, because I'm like, why is he following him around the ring? Just get him out of there. Cut him off. You're bigger than him. You got better footwork. You're better than him in every aspect of this thing. Get him out of there so I can go to bed. And then, he did the damn thing. And, I'm a fan of AJ. I like AJ. But I still hate him and his promoter, Eddie Hearn, for not making the Deontay Wilder fight. I still hate them for that. Still, the Zone app. I said to myself, I vowed I would never get it until AJ Wilder gets made or AJ retires, or one of them retire. I should say. No, I said AJ. I said AJ. And so I missed out on some good fights because of this, firm belief that I'm not going to support something when they didn't give me a fight that I wanted. So, but shout out to AJ. Shout out to AJ for that. Moving on from one idiot who can't fight to another idiot that could fight that got beat by an idiot who can't fight. That man is Andrew Tate. Andrew Andrew Tate was on his knees like Jake Paul several times. He got beat up, bloody, battered by a guy who I'm going to see if I can find the clip and insert it into the video that threw a punch. He got swung at, didn't get hit, threw a punch, looked like he got hit while he was throwing the punch, and
Wait,
no one
what?
hit him. Yeah, he like the dude swung at him and he like did like this and then like I can't. I don't
You
know. I don't know how the dude did it. It looked like he threw, and he like threw a punch. If I don't know if you've seen any video on this fight.
No, I haven't. I didn't even know that there was a fight until I saw until I
Matter of
s-
fact, matter of fact, this is live and direct with y'all podcast listeners. Because Zero did this to me, so I'm gonna do it to Zero. He made me watch some ridiculousness live on the podcast. But me, I can't wait till the end.
Yeah, I did not I didn't know like I saw them face off. Yeah, I
But
saw them face off, but that was it. It's like dude, yeah, so Andrew Tate flinched and he was like, "Oh, I got you. I got you flinching." I was like, "Okay." Because niggas can't flinch. But I didn't even know that.
you remember when
Like,
you said, all right, I'm sending, I just sent you another video. I sent you two videos. Sent you two videos.
all right.
And I need you to view. I need you to view these videos right now.
I'm recording on my phone. I can't view them.
You say you can't view them?
Yeah, because I'm recording on my phone, not the laptop, so I can't watch them.
You can hop off. I need you to watch this. I really do. Live on the podcast. I need you to see this.
Hold up.
Go ahead. You got two phones though.
Yeah, I do. Hold on.
Regardless, I need you to watch these. While you, if you got to hop off, I'll just talk to the people until you get back. I need you to watch these.
All right.
Watch the second video first.
Let's watch the second video first. That is crazy. What did you send it to?
Instagram.
Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go.
While Zero does that, um,
Yo, yo, what the fuck? How?
oh, bruh, you see what I said? He swung like he got hit.
Yo, yo, yo. You remember what I said about your friend? I forgot what her name was. You said that her friend that walked through a spider web. She started screaming like, yeah, that's exactly what he looked like. Dude, motherfucker was swatting flies.
Bruh.
Yo, that dude uppercut him with his thumb.
People listen to the episode, man. That's who Andrew Tate lost to. Not saying that I could beat up Andrew Tate, but if that guy could beat up Andrew Tate, I can beat up Andrew Tate. I promise y'all that. I promise y'all that. I promise y'all that. If that guy could beat up Andrew Tate, there ain't many people who can't beat up Andrew Tate at this point in
yo,
his life.
yo, this nigga swat. That second video, that nigga swat like the gnats are eating my baby. Yo, this dude, he was nowhere near his opponent when he threw the first punch. Yo,
And then Andrew Tate tried to say because he's 40 is why he lost.
shut your ass up. You
We
were 40
watched,
when you accepted the fight. Like, shut up.
not only that, we watched a 46-year old Manny Pacquiao because Andrew Tate was a professional fighter. So I'm like,
Mm.
maybe kickboxers just aren't that good at fighting or like at boxing.
Yeah, boxing,
Because,
yeah, because what's it called?
but the thing is,
They
they use both. Like they use both skills though. So I'm like, okay, because Holly Holm was a world champion boxer. Then she went to kickboxing. Then in which she became a world champion. Then she became when she went to the USC, in which she became a world champion. So it just a lot of people keep saying like boxers can't win a real fight. Holly Holm started in boxing and then went to kickboxing, the next closest thing to a real fight, and then went to MMA and won against the real fighter Ronda Rousey in a devastating fashion. Not saying every boxer can make these transitions, but it just seems like boxers have the best ability to make these transitions. I'm
yeah,
like, because boxing is a real fight. No matter how, I don't know why y'all think boxing isn't a real fight.
yeah, it's like what makes you think that like y'all think it's staged or some shit?
Why do y'all think throwing hands ain't real?
Nah, because they don't know how to fight. They don't know how to throw hands. That's what the problem is. Niggas be swearing that they know how to fight because they throwing flailing punches and they landed a few.
Yeah, because even when you see guys getting street fights and like certain guys getting knocked out because they land a lucky punch, and that can happen. But then you see dudes who really know how to fight. I don't know if they've like had taken a boxing class or whatever, but they really know how to throw hands. Those guys who square up like they know how to throw hands, not the dudes who be having their elbows flared out and doing all this extra stuff. And no, dudes who just like line it up, they always win the street fight. They undefeated in the street fight. So, I don't know why y'all don't think boxing is real fighting. Because they
I
don't
remember.
kick, because they don't tackle. That's not real fighting. That's playing football and soccer.
Yeah, what's it called? I remember what's his name? What Michael John White had said. Um the two most important fighting styles that you would want to know when it comes to street fighting. He said he would take the boxer or he'll take the wrestler.
Yeah.
It was like because it was like when you talk about like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, it's like you really think somebody's really going to put themselves in a position for you to do all that throwing shit? No, they're not. It's like that. It's like it's gonna be, especially when it comes to, especially with the boxer where he can like fighting with his back to a wall and probably has multiple people coming at him. He'd be
Mm-hmm.
able to defend himself a hell of a lot better. But it's like,
Like I remember one of my friends. He was like, he was taking jujitsu. He was like, because a lot of fights go to the ground. Like,
mm,
I'm like, bro, I've been in a lot of fights. I ain't never gone to no ground. I don't know, maybe I don't know what happens on social media. I just know in every fight I've ever been in, I ain't never go to no ground. Not like where somebody's like tackling me to the ground, anyways.
yeah, because what's it called? Because that's what street fights resort to. It's like a street fight. The way that it goes, it's like you said, dudes are flaring their elbows out. They doing 100-meter butterfly fighting stance, and then when they can't land a punch, all of a sudden they grabbing pants and trying to slam folks.
and
It's
and
like,
and that's and maybe that's what the thing like when people who got hands they don't go to the ground because you already done touched them up 8 times before they even
Mhm.
before they could even get a hold of you. So I'm like, maybe that. Which again, I've never none as I've never been a small guy either. So it's just like it's not. And also, like playing sports as well, even football, I ain't been somebody easy to tackle. So maybe that's why it just hasn't happened. But I'm like, bro, I think if you got hands, you'd be all right. Like, I don't think you need to prepare yourself to go to the ground. Because if you go into the ground in a lot of fights, you probably night night anyways. Like, what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I don't get it, man. But them two dudes fighting was an absolute circus. Andrew Tate and whoever that
Tate,
other guy was.
Tate got uppercutted by it. It was like it was a jab. It was a jab from the hip. That's what it looked like. It was like he threw it. When he threw it, it was like he hit him with his thumb.
Bro got cut by that guy. You took a cut from that guy. I don't even know what that shot is that he kept landing. I don't know if it was an up. I think it's an uppercut, but he's hitting him with his thumbs.
The fact
This
the fact that
this
he
dude
didn't.
landed. Oh, let me my camera. This dude landed a punch like this
Yo, the
against a
old fighting
former
boxing stance.
dude hit him with the gangs of New York. Hit him with the gangs of New York. Sure, you
Yo,
what in the
the only thing they
world?
didn't do was get in each other's faces and then take their jackets off.
This dude, and I've seen Andrew Tate. I've seen him like go up against like regular guys, and I've seen him do pretty decent against those regular guys. Actually, really good against those regular guys. And again, this dude's a former pro fighter. He was like, "Oh, I haven't fought in 10 years. I don't care how long it's been since you fought, because you're not. You keep talking about how great shape you're in.
Mm,
So he's clearly gassed. That's why he's getting hit with those shots. He's tired. He's exhausted.
yeah, but how he
This
just sits
guy
there.
is punching. Did you see the way that this man is throwing? He hit him with his thumb. I've witnessed two different fights, and then things that happen I've never witnessed. The only other thing I've seen, the only other thing I've been surprised by seeing is when the dude got in the ring and when the bell rang, he just walked out.
Yeah,
I actually watched that match live. I have never seen very many things that surprise me, but a guy getting hit like this, he didn't even turn, and it hurt him. That's the thing; it hurt him. Because
yo,
he didn't turn the punch. He didn't. He got hurt from a dude throwing his hands up who swung like he got hit the last time we seen him fight. Now, that
yeah,
wasn't the last time he fought, but that's the last time we seen him. I'm
yo,
like, bruh, this
that dude
dude,
threw a that dude threw an uppercut like he was proposing a toast.
Great Gatsby ass. Now,
Oh,
some people might be like, oh, why don't you fight? I promise y'all, when I get in shape,
I'm whooping everybody.
yeah, not saying I'm gonna whoop everybody, but you're gonna see that I ain't punching like them. I don't even have to be in shape to show I ain't punching like that guy. That guy was fighting like he'd never been in a fight before. And he got beat by the guy who was a world champion kickboxer. Or he beat the guy that was a world champion kickboxer. I'm like, bruh, you just like, what was you in this for the bread? Did you not train at all? This dude, I'm like, this dude, he threw and he got caught with it twice. Like I said, you can say because I heard that Andrew Tate like won the early rounds. I didn't see the fight. I didn't even know what was going on. But I heard he won the early rounds and then he just gassed out. And like I said, what he was getting hit with is clear. He was gassed out. You can see it in his face that he ain't had nothing left in the tank. But it ain't because you're 40. It's because it's clear that you look like you're in great shape still because you're on performance enhancing drugs. Because you have no stamina. You have no stamina. You taking testosterone to keep your abs. I'm cool with it. I'm with it. I would do the same thing if I was in your position. Right? You know what I'm saying? But my thing is like, bro, you should be able to last a few rounds with a guy who can't fight, who clearly can't fight. What was that punch? The first one he landed, not even the second one. And it's the same shot. The first one, he threw a rear uppercut from God knows what range. That is a punch you should never get hit with as a boxer, as a kickboxer, as any kind of fighter. And this dude let him land it twice. The second time he landed it so pathetically, he hits you with his thumb. The first time he landed on you, he hits you with his pinky. He grazed you with and you were rocked by it. This dude landed no clean punches, and he cut you. All right, I gotta get off. My battery's dying. I don't even know. Was there something else we need to talk about, like a topic?
Nah, no, it was the
Okay. All right, so we'll get to normally we've done several episodes of this podcast where normally I would play Christmas stuff because it's the season. And by the next time we do this podcast, it's going to be after Christmas. So we'll just talk about Christmas on the next episode. No lead ups, no songs. To be honest, I wanted us to perform a song because YouTube and TikTok keep shutting me down for playing songs. So I wanted us to perform a song, but we have a joint parting shot because I need answers. I need answers. Zero was at work. He said somebody was humming and he was humming off key. And he said, I never heard nobody hum off key. And I was like, I think he's right. But then my question is, can you hum off key, but still be able to sing really well? Because there's some people who can hum, because like Zero said, he's never heard nobody hum off key. So you can hum a song, but then when you start applying language to it, it don't come out. It don't. You just can't get that certain note, you know. But then, can it be the opposite? Is it like I forget how the phrase goes. Does every square is a rectangle, but not every rectangle is a square? Or whatever, however the saying goes. I don't know. I don't know. But can everybody hum, but not everybody can sing? Or is it that everybody who can sing can hum, but everybody who can hum can't sing? And are there those anomalies of somebody who's humming like,
you sound like you sound like you got diarrhea, but you don't want to burp either.
And then all of a sudden they hit you with the
Sound like fucking Wanye.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It was like what the? It's like you sounded like you had heart. You sound like you had all the symptoms for Pepto Bismol, and then you just sounded like an angel when you started singing. What happened?
Yeah, like I just have to know because he was like, yo, he was humming off key, and he's like, and I'm like, wait, hold on. I assume that if you can't sing, you can't hum. You probably sound bad if you hum. Like, just don't do the musical thing at all. Because you know what I'm saying? Like you might be like, but then it's like, then all of a sudden they start singing and it's outside it's cold. Like, wait. Wait, how did that happen?
It was like, was that you?
Wait, where's
But
the
I
transition?
know the humming was you.
So baby, like I don't know if that's a thing. Y'all let us know, man. Y'all let us know.
It's like, nah, that wasn't you. That was somebody else. Because they
Yeah,
ain't no way in hell, they ain't no way in hell you sounded like that coming out your mouth when there's no but when there are no words coming out, you sound like a car that keeps on fucking backfiring every time you try to turn it on. Nah, it's like somebody's lying here. You fucking with me right now.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you sound like a like in one sense you sound like when you hum, you sound like a walrus. When you sing, you sound like
I
when you
don't even know what they
sing,
sound like.
it has to be bad. Because what about a walrus would make you think they sound good? You know what I'm saying? What make you think? What about a walrus would make you think they make pleasant sounds? Have you ever seen somebody built like a walrus that makes pleasant sounds? So imagine the actual animal.
I want to order fries.
What if somebody who's singing like? What if somebody who looked like that singing "Wild Heavenly"? Actually, you know what? Let me shut up. Let me because Ruben Studdard was built like a walrus.
Yo, I was about to say Ruben.
He was definitely built like a walrus. I don't
Yo,
know what he looks like now, but he was definitely built like a walrus at some point in his life.
he probably looked like he ain't sorry for 2004. I'll tell you that much. Yo, that dude apologized in advance. He said he ain't gonna mess up, but just in case.
Yeah.
He said, I ain't gonna mess up no more this year, but this single came out in March, so I gotta.
I'm sorry for May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and the holiday season.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't even know why that even. I think we talked about that for like 20 minutes
Bruh, so and I never got answers, people. He
because you're
didn't want
never
to give
gonna
me an
get
answer.
one.
I'm gonna make this a clip. I need everybody to tell me if they ever heard somebody who can't hum that can sing. But it's just like the hums, they just
Yeah, you sound like a dude in a hospice. It's like he never says his words, but the way he hums, you know what medication he needs. He's like, that's a little high pitch. He needs his potassium. You sound like a dude that's in pain. It didn't sound like Seal. Baby. There's so much a man can tell me, so much he can say. Ooh, my power, my pleasure. He's like, what the hell was that? Love remains. Like, why did he hum in the middle of his verse? You.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. We'll see y'all next week. My battery's on 2%. We'll see y'all next week, man. This dude is ridiculous, man. Love y'all. Thank y'all for watching, listening. I don't even remember our outro, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Love remains.